Welcome back, everybody. Grand Tactician, the Civil War. Grandpa Gaming is episode 34 of our Rebel Summer 61 campaign using the a.o.m mod. Now, last episode, we really did not get much completed. We did manage to move the game forward 2 days at least. It's now October 27th. But nothing much has changed on the map. The one major event last episode was the extended engagement of Manassas. So, we had 2 battles here. What the game considers 2 separate battles, but what I consider to be one elongated battle, as we fought off the 2 corps on the morning of the 26th, and then 2 more corps engaged just on the evening of the 26th. So they all would have been present on the field for that first battle if the AI actually had an army commander within range of all the corps. But for some reason, the army commanders are nowhere near their forces, so I don't know what the hell is going on with that. And it's starting to get slightly annoying. They could have seen me out of Manassas by now and really changed the way Virginia is playing out, but AI is not doing it properly. And honestly, it's the worst I've seen them actually play out up here in Northern Virginia. It's getting a little annoying, to be honest with you. We still have the Army Southwest Missouri up here in the Northwest that we have to take care of, but they're now up here by Otter Tail. It looks like they might be coming back down my way. Doubtful, but they could be. And I'm working on plans right now to secure Duluth and the iron mines around it. I really do believe these should have flipped over to me as I control the main city nodes in the area, but they did not flip over to me. So I'm going to eventually be sending, once they are recovered, not the Army Mississippi, because I need their numbers to handle the Army Southwest of Missouri, but I will be sending the Indian Army up this way to secure the port of Duluth and the iron mines in the region until the Engineer Corps can get there from the fortification they are building right now at Warsaw and build a fortification up there. This is still 50 days from completion, but as soon as that is complete, they will move that way with all haste and get those iron mines secured for us, because we are in desperate need of that iron and the money those mines provide us. The other forces are still switching out. I still have the Army of Western Tennessee on its way down to Cairo to rotate out the Army of Kanawha so they can finally get a refit going on. So as soon as they arrive, Army of Kanawha will be moving to St. Louis to refit. Then they can cover down on Springfield and Quincy in case the Federals make a push on it, but they haven't moved in this area yet, so I'm not really expecting them to. The ironclads are still just not anywhere near ready to go. They're not getting repaired. They're not getting supplies. New Orleans is not blockaded right now, so they shouldn't be having any issues, but they are. And Mobile Squadron is still on its way down to Corpus Christi. Kind of looks like they stopped moving, but they are on the move. All right, I think that does cover everything for right now. Oh, on top of all of that, I do have a new microphone in use right now, so you want to hear a change in sound quality, I'd like to hear everybody's comments on the way the sound is playing out right now. Microphone's in a different position, new microphone, different position, trying to get it set up a little more properly for myself here. So I'd like to know what everybody thinks about the sound throughout the this episode. Too low, too high. So let me know what you all think about the new sound. All right, that should cover everything for now, so I'll be back with the next incident. All right, we've now managed to advance the game almost a full week to November 1st. I am absolutely surprised, but that means it's time for the November monthlies. Starting out with monetary reports. Current rating of our nation is B-, so that does match up for once. We did cut another bond at $25 million. Current our liabilities amount to $1.1 billion, which is the highest I've ever had without recruiting a ton of soldiers. Current economy cycles recovery with the wealth of our population is mediocre increasing compared to the previous month. Our tax revenues increased by $63 million. That's a good sign. I didn't construct any buildings. There are buildings under construction, but they did not finish construction. Total export volumes last month was $666 million out, with $656 coming in. So we're going to start getting, looks like we're going to start getting ahead of the import-export game. That's a good sign for us. And average core production over the last 3 months is a change of plus 171 million, so a change of plus 7 million. And we're still short. I don't understand how we're short of flour. iron artillery ammunition, I understand, but we're going to be taking care of the iron mines here pretty soon. We're full of fish, salt, and wood, which is good. You see, not doing too much on the expenditures. We are still spending a lot of money, but it is getting better. Not much, but it's getting better. we are getting some of our costs down. The Army upkeep's still up there. It's at $232 million, which is our highest expense right now, outside of some of the policies we have going on. So we're starting to slowly get that under control. All right, looking at intelligence. Looks like the Federals are working on government funding too. They've done the railroad construction project, which we've got several points in already. And I started building 2 more new ships, probably replaced the 2 that I took out in the last naval engagement. And morale of Federal armies is currently at 77%. I think it's actually lower than that. I don't think that's very accurate. And it says they've gone over to the defense. So we haven't seen them do anything in a week. It's been a while since we've gone a full week without a combat. So they may have gone over to defense to try and recoup their numbers and morale. I hope they have. And come over to strategy. National morale, they're at 55 to our 96. So we've almost broken them. National support, they're at 78 to our 66. Morale armies, they're 77 to our 81. Little states haven't, because Missouri still has not flipped over to us for some reason. Men in the field, they have 262,166 men in the field to our 194,733. Navy tonnage, we're never going to catch up on that unless we start sinking a lot of their ships, but I have a feeling they're putting a lot of ironclads in the war, so we're going to have issues taking care of that. Military experience, they're at 28 to our 30. Battles won, they're at 16 to our 94. Total casualties, they're sitting at 227,635 to our 71,275. That is a big gap. So we are, I honestly think they're just, we've captured and killed or wounded so many Federals, they're just running out of troops to recruit at this point, which is good for us because we don't have anybody to recruit to replace like they do. Policies. Still working on government funding 1. That'll be done in another 4.6 days. As soon as that is finished, we'll go over to print notes 1. As soon as that is finished, we'll finally make our way down to conscription, because that's going to take a long time to finish. That's going to take 161 days to finish, but so I feel like getting print notes 1 done first before going there is the best choice of action. All right, projects. What do we have available to us? Infrastructure reform. Not. This will increase transport capacity. Some things, not others. I'm going to wait until we get another level of railroad construction, because I think railroads are the way to go right now. Even though they take a long time to build, I think it's the best option for us. And over here, trade deals, I'd like to take a point in that, but we are saving up to get the British artillery. So I mistakenly took a point in this last time, so we need a lot more for British artillery. We don't need parrot rifles, Confederate guns, ironclad gunboats. We don't need any of this stuff. Crewman officers would be nice. There's other things that we could use, like logistics reform, to get our logistics working better. We also could have done weapons production. No, we're mostly ordering what we're using, so weapons production doesn't really matter. What are the British guns? Yeah, we're gonna have to wait until at least next month to get that. Then we can start ordering the British artillery pieces in. So 6-pound weirds are basically, from what I've seen, 6-pound weirds are the way to go. They got decent range, and they're very good against infantry at long range, better than the parrots are. So definitely, I think those are definitely the way to go. All right, I think that covers everything for right now, because nothing has changed on the map since I opened the game up 5 days ago. So I'll be back with the next incident.
It is well that war is so terrible, or we should grow too fond of it. Robert E. Lee. Chapter 3. A War So Terrible. The vast bodies of American men, in companies, regiments, brigades, armies of tens of thousands strong, marched to the beat of the drum, clashing, maneuvering, cheering, yelling, killing, perishing. The rebellion that was to be over in 90 days in a neat showdown is now a war so terrible that America has never before witnessed such ruin. From the ill-organized, poorly drilled, and equally poorly led mass of eager amateurs thrown at the mercy of modern firepower of Minié ball, shot and shell, disciplined armies of determined veterans emerge. The innovations that once served bringing economic growth and spreading civilization have now been harnessed to serve this terrible war. Steamships clad in iron navigate the waterways, while troop movements and logistical support utilize railroads, transforming war itself from Napoleonic to industrial, providing new means of slaughter in the fields of battle with never-before-seen efficiency. Having secured continuing support in Union policymaking for the time being, President Lincoln is determined to win the war, to again unite the nation. But the prolonged war and the mounting casualties are starting to take their toll, with the number of volunteers diminishing and political rivals in support of immediate peace with the South emerging with louder voices. To silence these voices, Lincoln needs decisive military victories. As long as the Union armies are victorious, so long the people will fight. If the willingness of the citizen to fight dies down, so will any hopes of restoring the Union. In the South, the war that was supposed to ensure independence, preferably with the support of the sympathizers of the Southern cause, has reached a point of no return. With the war dragging on, and with the seemingly inexhaustible Northern resources against them, chances of victory seem to slip farther into horizon. For the South to prevail, decisive action must be taken to break the Northern spirits and armies, to force them to award the Southern states their independence in choosing their own destiny. That is their God-given right, even if achieving it means unprecedented suffering, want, and slaughter. War means fighting, and fighting means killing.
I don't know about anybody else, but I always do enjoy these chapter videos that Lineworks put together for this game. All right, it's now November 6th. We did move a full week on again, so we've actually gone 2 weeks without a combat now, which is really surprising. But I'm glad for it. It's allowing our troops to recover, allowing their troops to recover. Only movement I have going on right now is the Indian Army is making its way up to Duluth to begin to start construction of fortifications here. I'm hoping nothing else happens for the rest of November. But yeah, we know what happens with this game, so not much of a hope, but it is a hope. It looks all quiet along all of the fronts right now. So hopefully the Federals are giving it a break. And I'll be back with the next incident. Alright, it's now November 17th, and we have ourselves another engagement at Manassas. This is actually going to be 20th Manassas. I did already fight a 19th Manassas, but it was against a very small corps, so I didn't even bother recording it. And I'm kind of regretting that because it was actually an interesting fight. It's I forget who was in command of it, but they actually did a really good job. Caused me a little bit of anxiety on one of my flanks. So he actually did some really good maneuvering. But right now we're going up against the 3rd Corps Army of the Potomac with 23,059 infantry, 245 cavalry, and 48 guns under Phil Kearny. And once again, defending our Army of the Potomac with 28,775 infantry, 1,549 cavalry, and 103 guns under Beauregard. So it seems like right after the November elections that the Federals have started moving again. It seems Lincoln is on the wires trying to get this war over by Christmas, which isn't going to happen, but as soon as the elections were over, he just started, these troops started moving again. So let's get in there and once again show them the error of their ways. Welcome, my grunts, to the 20th Battle of Manassas Junction. We're once again defending Henry House Hill. I was hoping for a change up. We haven't had a defense down in these two areas in some time. So it's going to be a cookie cutter setup as from the last battle. So really nothing to go over what's happening over here because you know where all the divisions are going at this point. We fought this battle so many times. So I'm going to get these guys set up and wait for the Federals to arrive. All right, and it was a battle that was not to be. So yeah, I spent a lot of time setting up, and then the Kearny, probably the smartest commander thus far in the Federals, has decided to withdraw his corps before even fighting us. So a little disappointed. All that set up, nothing happens, but that does happen with this game sometimes. So moving on to the next incident, hopefully. All right, it's now November 19th, and it looks like the Federals decided to start an end run around us heading towards Richmond. They moved around us using rockets, Akia Landing, and already passed through Fredericksburg. I had dispatched orders to the Army of Shenandoah to meet them, but they didn't get those orders in time. So we are chasing them down to Richmond with the Army of Shenandoah. Hopefully they're ready, and this doesn't get too bogged down by the winter season. We should catch up fairly quickly. We have control of these rail lines. The Federals do not. So, bit of an interesting move there. We haven't seen them do that in a while. I did not keep a blocking force here, so we just didn't have the troops for it. And Federals they've only gone this way once before. Hopefully we don't come in contact with this army here. Oh, they're moving away from us. Perfect. So we are on the chase. Leaves Winchester open to the Federals, but they don't have any corps in this area, so I'm not too worried about it. It may be a pain in the ass to get the Army of Shenandoah back into the region. So just a little bit of an update there. Right, we caught up to the Federal forces outside of Richmond here, or just on the outskirts of Richmond itself. It says 2 unknown units, but we do know one of them is a 3rd Corps Army James, so the other one's a Pro-Army Corps from another army. They are bringing in 23,595 infantry, 1,419 cavalry, and 71 guns under command of Pope. And we're attacking with the Army of Shenandoah with 14,268 infantry, 753 cavalry, and 24 guns under the command of Johnston. So, I think the first battle of this campaign that we were actually going into the attack under strength by about half the numbers. Defensively, we've done it before, but going on the attack, this is kind of new. But I'm hoping their morale is kind of beat down from their march in the winter conditions down to Richmond. Hopefully make it a little bit easier for us, because we used the rails to get here, so we're still full green. So they should be a little worn out, hopefully. Let's jump in there and kick these boys out of Richmond. Welcome, my grunts, to the second battle of Richmond. So it's a meeting engagement, so luckily we are starting out basically on top of the objective. Very short march for us to get there. And the Federals are coming in from down here. We are on the Gaines Mill / Cold Harbor map. So, and the action is going to be taking place here at Shady Grove Church. Kind of a standard location for actions on this map. Usually never get anything up in this area, which would be a nice change of pace. I don't think there's any entry points up that way. Huh. You know, I look at the map, there's no entry points up. That's probably why we never get anything up in this area. It's always down here or up here. Okay. So, get my troops on the move, get them in position, and hopefully the Federals will fight us this time. I don't know what their morale... It says their morale is good, but I don't think it should be this good. I don't think their morale should be at 46 after that winter march. But it is what it is. Let's jump in here and see these boys away from our capital. All right, it's now going on 4:30 in the morning. One thing I didn't point out is this battle actually started at 1:30 in the morning. And I originally had my forces arranged here at Shady Grove Church along the wood line here and here, facing down Shady Grove Road. I expected that to be the main approach point. And I had cavalry in blocking positions here and here until the troops got in place. I removed the cavalry from blocking positions as I didn't have a sighting on the Federals. And then all of a sudden I saw some dust trails over here by Walnut Grove Church. I swore my phone was on silent. So I started shifting my positions along here and here with Jackson and Branch's 2 divisions going here. Yule's going to sit by Shady Grove Church and Reserve. And I do have the cavalry moving over here to this wood line to set up a blocking position in case they come down this road here. So thankfully going to get the infantry in place right before the cavalry shows up. Matters a little slow, but they're moving through woods, so that's to be expected. So they almost got on my flank without me noticing. Who was this here? 3rd Ohio Cavalry Regiment, 150 men. I don't know if we can basically wipe them out this battle. And once again, just as a reminder, since things are going to get loud during the battle, let me know how the new audio sounds on the microphone in the comments below. I want to make sure this is all good, as this is going to be the new setup going forward. Best spot. There's a kind of a low ground dip there, so those shots are not hitting that regiment. Yeah, this terrain's not favorable for a defense right here. Now we're hitting them. I don't know if you could tell here, but there is it's kind of in a dip, a rise, and another dip right here. artillery. Where are we going to send these boys? Probably best lined up over here. You boys can lay down right in front of them. I think you boys are going to be good right there. We'll lay you down too. All right, looks like I'm going to be a few minutes still before the rest of the Federals show up, so I'll be back. All right, it's now 5 a.m. We do have more Federal cavalry to our front, the 3rd Michigan Regiment. And over here we have the 1st Michigan Regiment, along with the 1st Wisconsin and 3rd Ohio Independent and 2nd Ohio Independent batteries coming up the road. Looks like there's a small force up here on this road, which could get onto the flank of my infantry, but I do have the cavalry back here, so they should be able to handle that. And this looks like the mass of their infantry still coming along the road here. Yeah, I'm going to keep this infantry laying down. These guys have to come over this rise. Get ready to stand up, boys. All right, give it to them. One thing I didn't check is are both corps on the field. I did not check that. Yeah, it looks like they are. Looks like they're actually trying to consolidate their cavalry down here. Oh yeah, come over this way, boys. We got more for you. What are they doing with the cavalry? Wisconsin getting in close. I did have them halted on the road as we had a shift position, so I didn't want them getting off into the woods. So it's going to take them a little bit to get up here, but they should be here in time. Let's pull you back online with them. All right, lay back down. Take a break. They actually caused about 97 casualties to us, really. It's this rise. We're not getting the range that we should. We're firing while they're still back here, but they're kind of below the bullets. All right, once again, looks like it's going to be a few minutes still, so I'll be back. Where we go, there's one brigade of infantry here, but it looks like it was actually part of the cavalry. So we've been seeing that with some of the a.o.m, where they've been assigning infantry to the cavalry units. Let's start running into these boys. Alright, they got smart right there and started pulling off. You guys gonna come back forward again. Don't know what they're thinking, but it's not a good idea, whatever they're doing. Moving forward, pulling back, moving forward, pulling back. Interesting. Looks like change attack, but they're just going to run into this other division over here. So I think this one brigade was the one that we saw dust trails up here. Alright. Whoa, hello. Looks like only one brigade. I don't see any more dust trails. I was actually just going to start ordering Yule up in this direction to extend the line, but I'm glad I spotted this. Damon should be able to handle these boys fairly easily. You can order the other brigades up. Yeah, these boys are on their own. Probably wondering where the hell they are right now. What the hell was that battery thinking? Okay. boys are going to keep marching because I think they're following their orders to join up the rest of their division, and which is probably going to send them this way and that way. So they should have started stopping the fire. This is Pope for you. I'm going to leave Heyman on this rise here in case these boys decide to do something. We'll push them off. They're about to break, and he's going to stay there. You know what? That's the rest of his division right here. So they probably had orders to march over here. Road jam there, but no big deal. Whitaker's withdrawn, so that's one of the cavalry regiments that we broke already. This one I told you boys to advance up to that hillside. They've gone to ground, so we're going to go to ground. And now they're showing themselves again. I think it's time to do something stupid with my cavalry. Send them over here towards, I think it's Mechanicsville. Yep. See, there's other infantry coming in, so they're starting to move. Nice to see them properly marshal their forces like back here in preparation for an attack instead of what we're seeing right now. Prisoner, 3rd Michigan Cavalry has marched off the field. Yeah, they're getting ready to break already. Let my artillery do some of the work over here. Those Daniels, 1st Wisconsin Cavalry's left the field. Mine's finally on the move. I don't think they're going to be in position to do what I want them to before they start withdrawing. Looks like they're issuing a withdrawal order. Yep, they are. It's fully in our favor now. There they go. Let's just speed this along. Cavalry's not going to be in position before the clock runs out. All right. Pope. Took down 1,700 or 20,000 infantry, 450 to 1,200 cavalry. We got 25 or 70 guns. Total loss of 2,300 or 22,000 men. We lost 430 of our 14,263 infantry. No cavalry, no guns. Total loss of 431 of our 15,292 men. I think if anybody but Pope was commanding this force, it might have been a problem, but yeah. All right, we got no viewer units in this force, so we're just going to see if we got any of their officers. Wounded Major Humphrey, 3rd Ohio Independent Battery. Killed Lieutenant Colonel Belknap of the 1st Ohio Artillery. Wounded Captain Egerton, 1st Ohio Artillery Battery E. Wounded Brigadier General Broadhead, 1st Michigan Cavalry. Officers from 3rd Corps, the Army of New England. I don't think they even engaged us. A bunch of separate brigades and yeah, this is all separate brigades and batteries, so. No, I don't think they came into the engagement. They were still probably back here somewhere. I'll get closed out of here and I'll see you all at the newspaper screen. Victory at the 2nd Battle of Richmond. I think Colonel Belknap loses his face. I think we killed him. That sucks. Yeah. He was killed in action and he took the blame. Are you kidding? That is such BS. Screw you, Pope. Blaming it on a dead man. 2nd Battle of Richmond's ended with 3rd Corps Army of Potomac retreating in panic, along with 1 Corps from the Army of New England. The Airmen's report suffered total casualties of 2,312 men. There were 343 killed and 494 captured. Their morale is believed to be stable. Our casualties total 431 men, with 64 killed, 48 missing, and the rest wounded. Morale is eager with supply situation very good. We captured 902 rifles, 4 guns from the field, and sent 487 soldiers off to our prison camp. So not a big fight, but definitely did not have the morale for this battle. Let's get this one rolled off. This started at 1:30 in the morning, this battle. Actually very surprised by that. And I guess we'll give the boys a day in town with the ladies of Richmond and get them back over to Winchester. And be back in with the next incident. Lincoln definitely has the full court press going on right now. Wow. So 3rd Corps Army of Virginia with 9,097 men. That's 7,380 infantry, 1,420 cavalry, and 22 guns under command of Samuel Carter is attacking us at Cumberland Gap. Going against our Army of Eastern Tennessee, which has 11,031 men, 2,516 cavalry, 9 guns. I don't know if he's going to attack us or not. I mean, he shouldn't. But he just might. Let's go jump into this one. Welcome, my grunts, to the 5th Battle of Cumberland Gap. So, Federals are coming in from a different location this time. Instead of, they're usually coming in up over here. This time they're actually coming in over here by the Widow Davis house. But they're going to be marching straight down the same roads as usual. Just they have a better road to march on this time. Because they're usually coming in along this Harlan Road here, which is not as well maintained of a road. So I'm going with the normal offense here. I do have Zollicoffer's division in the center, with the Whitehall's Brigade, Knoxville Brigade, and the Fort Oglethorpe Sharpshooters. Armistead is going to be on the right, and I'm going to have his division line up here along the high ground. That has Colston's Brigade, Rutgers Legion, and Mahone's Brigade. I'm going to have the cavalry do a little blocking position on the heights and this road over here, because they have tried marching past us on this road before. So we're going to have them totally shut down inside the gap. So it's just a matter of waiting for them to show up and kicking them away from the mountains again. All right, it's now 16:30 in the afternoon. Day's coming to a close here fairly soon. We just got Federal cavalry spotted. The 2nd West Virginia, followed up by the 3rd West Virginia. You do hear some infantry marching close behind. So I don't think we're going to get much done before the sun goes down on us today. It looks like we got a few hours left at daylight, though. See, I have myself set up in a nice little bowl over here, so there's no place for them to go. Every time I think they're going to stop and wait for the rest of their forces to show up, they do not do so. All right, Knoxville, get ready to see them off. Send me you, Walthall. There they go. Third Indiana, 2nd Pennsylvania coming up behind. If he doesn't finish throwing his forces at us today, they'll probably definitely do an overnight withdrawal. Their morale's already at 39. It started at 41. You come down the same road. Poor sods. Boys didn't even get a volley off. Got their 1st Brigade. And just stay comfy until more of them decide to come down that road. this is not going to be a battle. Here goes that regiment. 100 casualties right there, 50% losses. Come on, keep sending them one at a time. Their brigade commander slash division commander's like right here, and he's not ordering them this time. Looks like he finally stopped this regiment. No, he's sending them forward. What are you doing, you fool? Is Kilpatrick in charge of this unit? No, Beatty is. You would think Kilpatrick was in charge right now. Those boys made it the furthest. 150 casualties. Yeah. I do not know what they are thinking. Infantry slow marching up the road, so I'll be back once they come into contact. Right, it's now 1758 going on to 1800, which I think the day is going to end at 1800. I'm not exactly sure. And we got one brigade coming forward on its lonesome once again. About to get a warm welcome. And there's the battle. Kind of knew that if they hadn't even brought their forces forward, they would have done the overnight withdrawal. Alright, we didn't lose any men from our forces, and I guess that last volley went off. They didn't even count any infantry kills on that one. There should have been some. We got 650 or 1,500 cavalry. Alright, Oglethorpe sharpshooters, which is the only pure unit that didn't get any combat in. Just going to see if we got any of their officers here. No. This is the one unit that fought us, West Virginia Cavalry fought us, rode into our rifles. They didn't lose anybody. I'll get closed out of here and I'll see you all at the newspaper screen. Victory at the 5th Battle of Cumberland Gap. 3rd Corps, Army of Virginia retreating panic. Colonel Strother loses face. I think that was one of the regimental commanders. So Beatty was in charge of that brigade. All right, the enemy's reported suffered total casualties, 654 men. There were 94 killed and 131 captured. We took exactly 0 casualties. We captured 289. It says rifles, but it would have been all carbines recovered from the fielding. Took 122 soldiers off to our prison camps. Now, I know I do have a 2-battle rule for these episodes, but that was pretty short and abortive, so I'm going to keep this rolling along for at least one more battle, or if we make it to December 1st, whichever comes first. All right, it's now November 25th, and we have re-engaged the 3rd Gulf Blockading Squadron with the Mobile Bay Squadron. For some reason, I don't hear any sound effects going off. And sunk the USS Crusader right off the bat. Remember who got that kill. For some reason, we're not getting the naval sound effects. There we go. Sunk the Fundy. I would have preferred to have captured that ship, as it is a sailing ship. I could have added that to the fleet after it was repaired. And we just got to take down the Mississippi. Charles Moore is down to 81% now. He took a good broadside, it looks like. Mississippi's down to 76. Hopefully this sees this squadron off finally. So we did see it off last time. It did not retreat from the area. I'd like to see it leave the Galveston region. get these ports cleared up, especially with the new railroad under construction. That'll be a huge help for us. And it's retreating away. That's the end of the battle. It does not look like the fleet's leaving the region. It says there's 13 ships in the fleet. We actually didn't get the newspaper with this one either. That's kind of weird. At least we did sink 2 more of their ships at least. I was really hoping to capture the Fundy at least, but it is what it is. You know, that fleet's staying in the region, so we're going to have to repair these ships again. Especially the Charles Moore. She's down to 81%. And the other frigates are coming along. They're now at 30% completion, and it looks like we're finally starting to make some headway with the 2 new ironclads. I think capturing those iron mines up by the Great Lakes have helped us out immensely, because they've done a pretty big jump on their construction. They're now up to 69%, so taking those iron mines helped a lot. You're on your way to Indianola, but I'm going to have them go back down to Corpus Christi again, because it's an unblockaded port, so it'll repair faster. How's this fleet looking? You guys are at 96 and 93. Are you in port to repair? You're in harbor to repair for another 5 days. They're always in harbor for repair. What I'm going to do, though, is... Yep. I think the last time I was having issues with it because they were both in harbor for repair, so they weren't coming out here. I'm going to send them down here and try to finish this fleet off. I want to get these ports cleared. Hopefully they got enough fuel to get there, because they have no sail power whatsoever. In other note, it looks like the Army of Southwest Missouri is making another breakout attempt. Though they got to be in bad shape. It has been snow covered up here for the entire month. Weather's been in the 20s, mid 20s to low 30s for the entire month in this region. I've been keeping an eye up here. So they are very, very, very slowly making their way towards St. Paul. I did spot them around St. Cloud up here, and it's taken them about 3 days just to get this far. So I'm not looking at engaging this army until at least December at the rate of their march. Could be the day before December, who knows. But we did see off the 2 corps down here in Richmond. Army of Shenandoah is now back in Winchester for their winter quarters. Now, it's looking quiet everywhere else, so it's a race to see whether they're going to have a battle here or make it to December. We'll see. Alright, it's now December 1st, and these 2 corps from the Army of Southwest Missouri have not reached us yet. And actually, their army commander is not too far away, so hopefully these 2 corps will act in conjunction with each other when they actually fight, if they do fight us. Now, sadly, I just cut another bond right as the month changed. Ugh. So we're going to start doing a little better on the money, but guess not. Lee's army is still down in yellow readiness. He seems to have quite a bit of issues, even as a master administrator. Cunning is master of mystification. Wow. But even as a master administrator, he has a hard time getting... He is the slowest commander to get his troops up to readiness levels. I don't understand that. As a master administrator, he shouldn't be having those issues. But he does. Like I said, it's December 1st, so we're going to end the episode here so I can open up with the December monthlies and then hopefully get this battle fought if they do fight us. It's... taking them from the 26th to the 1st to get down here just outside of combat radius with us. And it has been heavy snows and low temperatures. Looks like you still see, I don't know if you can see if there's snowflakes coming down. It's 20 degrees and snowing. It has actually been heavy snow for the last couple of days. Now it's just snowing, so these roads are just absolutely clogged. Like, I don't understand how these armies are even moving, or these corps are even moving right now. Like I said, we're going to end this episode here. So once again, if you're a new viewer, returning viewer, you're not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember that bell icon so the next video comes out. Follow along in the series and enjoying it. Don't forget to bayonet that like button and butt stroke that comment section. And I will see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.